Hello, everyone. In today's science lesson, we will begin Chapter 5 and learn about what fossils show us. Last week, we finished Chapter 7 and learned about natural resources and ways to conserve them. What is a natural resource? A natural resource is something in nature that God made for people's use. The four natural resources we learned were water, soil, trees, and fossil fuel. We have to learn how to conserve them, meaning we must learn not to waste them and know how to use them wisely. We can conserve by remembering the 3 R's. What are the 3 R's? They are reuse, which means to use something again, reduce, to use less of something, and recycle, to make something new out of an object. And the 3 R's work together and help conserve natural resources. Like this shirt, for example. By turning this shirt into a new dress for a baby, we are reusing this shirt and also reducing trash by using it for something else. Starting from today, we're going to go back to Chapter 5 and learn about what fossils show us. Open up to page 70. Chapter 5. What fossils show us? Look at this picture. What is it a picture of? This is a fossil of a bird. You can find this in the American Museum of Natural History in New York. Do you see its legs? How about the wings? What do you think these wispy marks around the skeleton are? They are the bird's feathers. So what do fossils tell us about dinosaurs? In this chapter, we will learn how fossils can tell us about the dinosaurs that we cannot see today. Let's begin reading. Scientists can study things they observe. But how do they find out about things they cannot observe? Scientists cannot observe the Earth's past. They must use clues to try to find out what happened. One way to find out is to dig in the ground and study rocks. Rocks give clues about the Earth's past. So what can give us clues about the Earth's past? Rocks give clues about the Earth's past. That's why scientists dig the ground and study rocks. Page 72. Creation or evolution. I want you to pay attention to the 3 bolded words in this lesson: worldview, creation, and evolution. As we read, look for the words' meanings. Scientists use what they believe to explain the clues they find. Their beliefs are their worldview. A worldview is a way of looking at or understanding the world. There are 2 main beliefs about how the earth was made. One is called creation. The other is called evolution. The Bible says that God spoke and made the earth. People who believe in creation believe this. They believe that God created all things. They believe that what the Bible says is true. They have a biblical worldview. God made the earth perfect. But when Adam sinned, God cursed the earth. It changed from being a perfect place. It became a place with sin and death in it. The sin of people caused God to send a flood. The flood covered the whole earth. People, animals, and plants on the earth died. The earth was very different from after the flood. Other people believe in evolution. They think that the earth came about by chance. They believe that it changed many times. They believe that the changes were made slowly over a long time. And their worldview is not based on the Bible. Scientists share the clues they find, but they explain the clues in different ways. Some scientists have a biblical worldview, and other scientists do not. What they believe affects how they understand what they see. So, how do scientists understand or explain the clues they find? Scientists use what they believe to explain the clues they find. Their beliefs affect how they understand what they see. And we call that their worldview. And the worldview is a way of looking at or understanding the world. There are two main beliefs about how the earth was made. And one worldview is called creation, and the other worldview is called evolution. And we read about those two just now, so let's compare those two. If you believe in creation, that means you believe in that God spoke and made the earth. And you also may believe in that God created all things. And you also believe what the Bible says is true. You also believe that God made the earth perfect, but it changed when Adam sinned. You also believe that the sin of people caused God to send flood, and the flood changed the earth, so now the earth was very different after the flood. Then what about evolution? I'm going to use a different color for evolution. People who believe in evolution think that the earth came by chance. So earth was created by chance, not by God. And they also believe that the earth changed many times. And they believe that the changes were made slowly over time and not because of the flood, like we understand. Basically, their worldview is not based on the Bible. As Christians, what kind of worldview or what beliefs should we have about how the earth was made? We should believe in creation. Another word for creation is biblical worldview. What word can you see in the word biblical? You can see most of the word Bible right here, biblical, Bible. We say people that believe in creation have a biblical worldview because they believe in the Bible. So let's now compare those two by completing this chart on page 62. So page 62 of your activity manual. What's the difference? Complete the chart by comparing and contrasting creation and evolution. All right. Creation. People who believe in creation believe that the earth was made by God. They believe that God spoke and made the earth. Then what about evolution? People who believe in evolution believe that the earth was made, that the earth came about by chance. So the earth was made by chance. Cross this out. By chance, God spoke. Next, people who believe in creation believe that God made the earth blank. They believe that God made the earth many times. God made the earth during the flood. God made the earth over millions of years. God made the earth perfect or slowly. What's the correct answer? People who believe in creation believe God made the earth perfect. Then what about those who believe in evolution? People who believe in evolution, they believe the earth changed. They believe that the earth changed many times. Next, man's sin caused God to send a blank that covered the whole earth. What did God do to punish people's sin earlier in the Bible? He sent a flood. Then what about people who believe in evolution? They believe that the changes were made blank over a long time. Let's go back to our book. They believe that the changes were made slowly over a long time. All right. Well, we have the last part left, and it's about how fossils were made. I want you to finish the rest on your own. When you are done with page 62, go to page 61 and complete this chart and answer the question. So you're going to make an X in the first column if you have never heard of the word before. So let's say you've never heard of the word evolution, then you're going to mark an X. Make an X in the second column if you have heard the word before. So if you have heard the word before, then you're going to mark an X here, not here. Then in the last column, write what you think each word means. So you're going to write down what the word means if you know what it is. If you don't know the meaning of the word and you marked X in the first column because you have never heard the word before, then you're going to try guessing what the word might mean. And when you're done, move on and answer the question. If you have a biblical worldview, what do you believe about creation? So that means, how does someone who believes in creation think the world began? We are Christians. That means we believe in creation, not evolution. But what does that mean? It means that we believe that God created all things, and it did not happen by chance. And we also believe that Bible, whatever it says in the Bible, is true. So keep that in mind, that whatever you believe in affects how you understand what you see. All right, well, that's it for today. Bye, everyone.